The search marketing strategy to grow your HVAC business might not be broken, but it could be stuck. There's 5 things I would look at to improve your search marketing strategy, help you keep growing your business year over year. Getting a lot of phone calls recently with contractors struggling this year versus last year. The amount of traction that they were getting from local search and Google has diminished rapidly. And it's not because of AI search, because of some updates that Google has made that they've told nobody about, and most people are playing by the old rules. So the first of these 5 things that I would look at is your reviews. So gone are the days where the total number of reviews decides where you show up in a search. Now it's more about the velocity. So how many reviews are you getting over a period of time versus the total number? Now, the total number does affect the overall conversion of somebody deciding to pick up the phone. But one of the things that's being included in Google's algorithm now is the actual velocity and number of reviews that are happening over time. Why? Because consumers are more interested about the recent reviews for a business than the ones that have been made historically in the past. And so Google's adjusted their ranking factors to account for this shift in consumer behavior. So if you don't have automation set up, if you're not training your technicians, if you're not deploying things in the field that are helping you get more reviews for your company, it's time to shift your strategy and pay more attention to this. It's the number one thing that we're focused on right now on behalf of our clients. You should be considering this as well too. The second thing that you need to account for and why, things might have plateaued or gotten stale is the actual website structure and the pages that are represented on your website. So we see this pretty frequently. We come in, we take over a new account, and the website is very underbuilt to show up in a search. So I'll give you an easy example. A very basic website would have a page for cooling, a page for heating, and maybe a page for plumbing if you also do plumbing. That's not enough, okay? What is enough, and getting you very basic examples, what is enough is a page that's for AC repair, a page that's for replacement, and a page that's for maintenance. You would do the same thing with water heaters, water heater repair, water heater replacement. You might even break it down versus tankless, okay? You need to have a page for every single type of service that you render. And so if you don't have that in place, and if you don't have somebody who knows what they're doing by putting those things in place, you'll have a website that does not support fully everything that you represent. You can add more complexity to that by adding in different service areas that you operate in, right? All of those things together help the performance of your Google business profile, which is the main driver of local SEO success. All right, so that's the second thing that I would look at. If your website is not totally built out, this could be the thing that's holding you back. The third thing that you want to look at, and this might be harder to tell, but if you're working with an agency or you're working with a freelancer, they should also be powering up your website. They should be going out on the internet and finding places to build links to your website. So it would make sense to go to the local chamber of commerce in your area to get a link to your website. It would make sense to go to a home improvement website, create an article about AC maintenance and put it up there and get a link from that site over to your website. Those things will power up your website. You could even look at things like press releases, though not as effective as what I'm talking about here, still part of the puzzle in powering up the website. You can have the most decked out site, but if no other websites are talking about it, Google's never going to trust your site and it's never going to serve you up in the top results, period. And the same goes for all the AI search models. They're taking cues off of what Google has done and they're feeding those into their personalized results as well. Next, let's look at the competition, okay? This is not totally in your control, but you can see what's happening. One of the things people don't know about is that Google heavily weights the proximity of a searcher to the business to determine who gets the recommendation. So the closer the searcher is to your business, the more likely you're going to show up in a search, period. Doesn't matter what level of SEO or optimization you do, Google's playing heavy favorites on this. So if your business is located on this side of town and you're used to getting customers over in this zip code on the other side of town, and now suddenly you're not, it's probably this proximity update that's affected you. To add further insult to injury, if another competitor has moved in between you and the zip code where you used to be getting a lot of business, so right, they're over here, that's why you're missing out on the business. Now they're getting the preferential treatment by Google. So what do you do to get around that? Well, you could open up another location. You could start running some Google ads. You can get aggressive with local service ads if you haven't already. These are ways to penetrate those markets that your Google business profile can no longer reach. Okay. Now, the last thing that I would look at, of course, is the sales and operations side. Okay. So you can't always blame the marketing team. Sometimes when it gets really busy, your operations fall apart. And that's natural, right? It's just natural. Systems fall apart when things get really, really busy, and the people end up being the problem, right? They're not updating the CRM. Your comfort advisors are not following up on all the estimates the way they should be. I would look at a couple different aspects before you write off the marketing. So on the operations side, is every call getting picked up, right? Our best client, they got over 700 phone calls this last month. Do you know how many they missed? 3. They missed 3 phone calls. That's operational excellence. Okay. So if you're missing phone calls, that's a problem. You can't just blame it on spam. You have to answer the phone because you don't know the difference between a spam call and a real call until it comes in. All right. So looking at the front side, looking at how dispatch is actually handling those leads and getting them booked. Then you look at the sales side. Okay. So are you tracking the number of estimates that you're putting out? Are you tracking the close rate? Are you looking at these numbers this year versus last year? So even if sales of new installs and replacements are down, you should still be getting the same number of service calls or better this year versus another time, right? Those numbers should not change that much, but you can know if you audit your sales, if you're still closing at the same rate, you can tell really quickly, is this a marketing problem or a sales problem? Simple as that, right? So go through these different things, figure out, is my search strategy actually still working? Or maybe I have an operational or sales issue at hand. If it's the marketing piece that's lagging, if you feel like your current team is not keeping up with trends, if you feel like you're losing ground year over year, month after month, working with the current team that's got your back, it might be time for a second opinion. This is the part where I encourage you to go into the description of this video, book a call with me or somebody from my team, and we'll take a look at your current marketing. We'll hear about your growth goals, your current pains, things that you're struggling with right now. We can help you fill those gaps and put you back on a growth plan and moving forward again with some certainty. So I look forward to catching you on one of those calls. If you got questions and stuff, pop them in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now.
Thanks so much for watching my video. If you like this one, you'll love some of the other videos we have posted here on our channel that help blue-collar business owners get more out of their digital marketing. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, check out the other videos. If you got questions or comments, post them below. I look forward to catching you on the next video. Bye for now.